I was just catching my wind.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. And tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies going up against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, with a 16-game deficit between themselves and the top seed, I don't know if anyone would put them on the list of championship contenders, but don't write them off entirely. Almost the end of the regular season, several teams looking very good for the playoffs. Kenny, what's more valuable, having well-rested players or getting home court advantage?
Easy. If you're banged up, rest. If you're healthy, home court advantage. Easy, Ernie. But the rhythm and momentum are just as important entering the postseason.
You know what, Ernie? Back in the day, everyone tried to play a full 82. Even if you had a sprained finger or head cold, you're like, forget that, I'm playing. But my advice, if you have a shot at home court, you go for it. You
would play with a head cold?
Oh, my gosh.
I never got a head cold.
You're a warrior.
I always played with a head because I was cold.
Nice.
Kevin Harlan ailing with a hangnail, but he's still here to make the call.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And for the Memphis Grizzlies, guys, they come in off that loss to Orlando in Florida.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throws.
And that makes it hard to win, especially on the road. You get a chorus of about 20,000 yelling at you every time you put one off the rim. Boy, that's got to wear on you.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So for Chicago right now, Butler teams with Dunleavy on the perimeter. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Rose in at the 1. And Chicago has possession. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
Anderson can't get it to go. Grizzlies on defense.
Boy, Chris Anderson, certainly one of the more colorful players we have in the league. Kind of took over where Dennis Rodman left off. A high-energy forward who can rebound and defend, and he's got a tattoo parlor going on, too.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball after the Bulls pick up 2. Here's Farmar. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Farmar's got his first 2 points.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
And Gibson kicks to Rose, down low. Here's Gasol, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Rock hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need.
Farmar dishes to Allen. Randolph a screen. They set the pick. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Some solid numbers once again for Zach Randolph with Memphis last year. He just keeps plugging away, grinding out, no pun intended, chugging along and producing.
Yeah, 16 points, about 10.5 rebounds for Zebo. I mean, he's a classic power forward and always gives you the numbers, even though he still plays under the rim.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Here's Farmar. Anderson outside. He kicks it to Farmar. 6 on the shot clock. From the arc. The rebound by Gibson.
And, you know, for Randolph, he's been in the league so long and still puts up double-double numbers. Averaged a double-double in 8 of his last 10 seasons. Remarkable.
Stolen by Randolph. Here's Farmar. The Grizzlies with another miss.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
And for Zach Randolph, at his experience level, to put up 15 and 10 or better, the last player to do that back in 1999. So it's a rare feat.
Now here's Anderson. Shot clock at 6. Here's Barnes. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Barnes has got his first basket of the night.
I don't know. Maybe they're still working out the kinks on D because that clearly was a breakdown.
The pass to Rose. Dunleavy kicks to Rose. And Gibson wide open. He shoots. No good from outside.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Inside, here's Randolph. That shot is off target. That makes him 2 for 3. The Bulls have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far.
Oh! It doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Here's Anderson. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Now Barnes. His last outing, he had 24 points. Farmar. The putback, and Anderson slams it in.
Gav, he came out of nowhere to slam that one back in.
Well, that's making him pay for letting him get his hands on that rebound.
Yeah, is it ever? I mean, I doubt we'll see them make that mistake again.
Now here's Gibson. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Farmar. Over in the corner, Barnes. Good. And Farmar gets the assist. Barnes has got 5.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Clark, looking around the league, there's no team that teams want to play less than the Memphis Grizzlies. They just wear you down.
Well, they play a physical brand of basketball. They play hard. Everybody's on the same page. And even if you beat the Grizzlies, they take a lot out of you in terms of how they try to wear you down.
Some changes for Memphis. Ryan Hollins, he's checked in for Anderson. Jermichael Green comes in for Zach Randolph. Lance Stevenson subbed in for Matt Barnes. Portis, he's checked in for Chicago. Doug McDermott comes in for Mike Dunleavy. Now here's Rose. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Pass to Portis. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And the Grizzlies played so well against all the other playoff teams. Part of it is that they just have a style that matches up well with anyone.
Here is Stevenson. 11 points for him in that last game against Orlando. Allen passes to Stevenson. And the layup's good off the glass.
You know, that's the thing with the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, there isn't a team that gives them too much trouble anywhere in the league. They're good at home and on the road. They're used to playing in tight, low-scoring games, and they create that situation with their deliberate style.
Here's Butler, following the basket by Lance Stevenson. Lets it go from deep, and Jimmy Butler with the 3. Butler's got 5 points so far.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Here's Farmar. He's covered by Rose. Howland's with it. He dishes it to Farmar. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And he gets it to go. Now here's Rose. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Kicks to McDermott. Pass to Gasol. Rose sets the screen for Gasol. Butler in the corner to the middle. Here's Rose. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Went to the windmill dunk to turn this place on its ear. I love it.
Yeah, this crowd is stunned.
And that's as electric a finish as you're going to see.
Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Up top, Stevenson. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Brooks for 3. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Grizzlies lead by 3. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And the Gasol brothers, both starters in the All-Star game last season. It's the first time that's happened in NBA history. Pau talked about the joy of sharing the NBA stage with his brother Mark.
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to really picture it. I'm just proud to be Mark's brother, and I'm proud of what he's become as a basketball player and as a man.
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way two of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become two of the best centers in the NBA at this age.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers, who traded him to Memphis for his brother.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And for Memphis, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
I just think that from an intensity standpoint, their defense has really been the key. It's been the catalyst as they've been able to disrupt their opponent's offense.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been much more intense defensively. And their defense not only has been intense, but it's been swarming and saran wrap-like.
So for Chicago right now, Butler and McDermott filling out the perimeter. Mirotic out there with Taj Gibson. And it's Brooks in at the point guard. Count the bucket. Mirotic has got the opening basket here in the second quarter for Chicago. Memphis leading. Well, what a season it was for Mirotic last year. Came on stronger for the Chicago Bulls. Continued to improve. Effective in the playoffs. Really a joy to watch in his first year.
And interesting, so much hype going into the season was about Dougie McDermott.
Yes.
And whether or not he was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. It ended up being Mirotic. Most years, he could have walked away with that award.
Butler attacking. Stolen by Randolph. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Martin with the screen for Randolph. Stevenson with it. Now guarded by Mirotic. 6 to shoot. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Carter. And it's Carter again missing.
Jeez. Maybe he was trying to show off or something right there.
Is that what you think?
Absolutely.
Instead, it had the opposite effect. He looked foolish.
For Memphis, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Outside, Martin. He feeds it to Farmar. With the floater. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Gibson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Got that one up quick. And now it's a 3-point Bulls lead.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Now here is Carter. Last time out he had 13 points. Here's Randolph. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got his 4th rebound in this one. McDermott kicks to Butler. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Butler's got 9.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Here's Stevenson. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds. And Lance Stevenson really couldn't find minutes in Charlotte last season. Ended up sitting out a lot of games as a DNP seeding. Not the start he wanted with the new team.
Some changes for Memphis. Ryan Hollins, he's checked in for Martin. Barnes comes in for Lance Stevenson. And Allen subbed in for Carter. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Pau Gasol, he's checked in for Mirotic. Dunleavy comes in for McDermott. Justin Holiday's checked in for Butler. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Aaron Brooks. And for Stevenson, to his credit, he took the benching in stride. He knew he just wasn't a good fit at times.
Yeah, and his coach, Steve Clifford, was upfront about it, and I thought did a nice job handling that. Clifford said he wanted Stevenson as a Hornet, but just couldn't find a unit with which to make it work.
Here's Farmar. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Outside, Randolph. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field. Chicago leading. Holiday dishes to Rose. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Right at the free throw line. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And what a gutty play. I mean, muscles his way to the rebound and then just pounds it home for the putback.
Well said, G.A. The battle on the boards, Clark, could go a long way toward deciding this game.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Stolen by Rose. Ball going up court. And no good. Trying to use the glass. The Grizzlies trail by 5. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
And Memphis making a change here. Green's checked in. And the Bulls making a change also. Portis is checked in. Allen passes to Green. Now the feed to Barnes. Just 5 to shoot. The baseline J. Chicago grabs the miss. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour.
Well, that was a dynamic two-hand dunk there.
Right in the face of the defender.
Just tough and gritty with the elevation.
Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Allen outside. There's the screen. Barnes kicks to Farmar. Green, the screen. Pass to Allen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Chris Anderson is checked in for Ryan Hollins.
Chris Anderson.
Just 4 to shoot. Nobody near Allen. Can't get it to go. And it's Chicago the other way. One-on-one fast break. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. And now it's a 9-point Bulls lead.
You know, Dave Yeager, the coach for the Grizzlies, has really become a big-name coach quite quickly. You know, he's worked his way up the Memphis coaching ladder and has had a ton of success early on in his career.
And again, unable to change momentum here. Here's the dish to Dunlap. It's stolen by Allen. And 1:01 left to play here in the half. Here's Farmar. He's covered by Rose. Back to Allen. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
Agility leads to thievery there as he's got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
Here's Farmar. He's covered by Rose. 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range, that will not drop. Still looking for his groove. He's 1 of 6 so far from the floor.
Physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. That plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, not to mention what it says on the scoreboard. They're really pushing them around. Straight bully ball.
Farmar kicks to Green. Good. And Farmar gets the assist. Farmar's got 3 assists in the game. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Rolls out front as they end the second quarter on a 20-6 run. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I'm here with Derek. And Derek, what are the most important things you've done defensively tonight to help your offensive approach?
Contesting their shots. They're a great three-point shooting team. We were just contesting, getting out and run. That's our favorite thing to do. Get out, run. We got big second run, shooters on the floor, so open the floor up a little bit.
Derek, always explosive in transition. Thank you. Kevin?
All right, Doris, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. They're in a terrific position now thanks to their flawless execution in the second quarter. Some excellent work offensively now has them up 11 at the break. And Shaq, what did you see out there from the Bulls?
Well, they really dictated the pace of the game with their transition game. They got out on the break every chance they had, and the time they could push the tempo, they did. And a lot of times it kept the defense scrambling like eggs with the cheese and apple juice.
How about you, Kenny? What'd you think about Memphis?
Well, they're facing a very hot team in the first half. I mean, guys are shooting the ball lights out. But you have to do more to get stops. I mean, tough defense is the key. And if you put pressure on the ball and more bodying up down low, that's going to establish more aggressive tone that might shut them down in the second half.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is just about to get started. Now back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We will see you later.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. You look at Jimmy Butler. He's really been playing well.
I tell you what, it's a pleasure to watch him when he's at the helm because of that first half, offensively, he was in a zone.
It sure is a treat to watch him, guys. I mean, everything's been running through him, and he's doing a fantastic job keeping the offense clicking on all cylinders.
Chicago leading by 11. They've got Anderson. Allen is out there with Farmar. Then it's Zach Randolph. And it's Barnes in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. 6 on the shot clock. And he gets it to go. Dunleavy's got the lead up to 13 now for Chicago.
And they are attacking the rim and getting
tasks, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Farmar dishes to Randolph. And good on the basket. Book it. Randolph's got 8 points.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one. Zach Randolph getting up there in his mid-30s, but his game has never been based on explosiveness. So it's all about strength, skill, and craft when you talk about Zebo, and he's aging gracefully.
The Grizzlies trail by 11. Farmar passes to Allen. Outside Randolph. Here's Farmar. No good on the 3. And Randolph Clark can struggle in matchups against quicker power forwards or those spread 4s.
Yeah, but even though he struggles on the perimeter against those guys, he punishes them when he gets them inside in his operating area at the offensive end. Most big men have a hard time dealing with him in the paint.
Very good point. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Farmar kicks to Allen. Randolph against Gibson. And it will go, and the Bulls' lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Zach Randolph.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Chicago calls timeout.
Yeah, you know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Stevenson's checked in. Chicago leading by 11. Outside Rose. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Gasol in the high post for 3. Dunleavy. Allen with the rebound. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Butler against Stevenson. Anderson outside. They set the pick. Back to Stevenson. 6 on the shot clock. Picked by Randolph. Launches it. Stevenson can't hit.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it. Fellas, that's been a go-to shot for them today.
Yeah, and they found that sweet spot in the defense, and it's right between the paint and the three-point line, and boy, have they been rock solid.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Memphis. Martin's checked in for Anderson, and it's Carter in for Allen. And a change for the Bulls. Mirotic is checked in for Dunleavy. And it's Carter penetrating.
And really looking like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And, Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Gibson against Randolph. Mirotic dishes to Rose. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And Mirotic throws it down.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And here's Stevenson. He's got 9. Rejected by Gasol.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Rose up on top, defended by Carter. Gibson for three. The Bulls keep it alive. Gasol, and he slams it one-handed.
And Kevin, plays like that are really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Clark, look at them. They are really into it.
Yeah, they sure are. And that's a little salt in the wound there. I mean, they take a miss and turn it into one of the plays of the game. That hurts.
So many people overlook Pau Gasol prior to last season, seem to think that Clark, he was past his prime.
Well, he was a star and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their heads for not going harder after him.
The Grizzlies trail by 13. Carter, the pass to Stevenson. Inside and stolen by Mirotic. Here's Butler, and he jams it with authority.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Nikola Mirotic, drafted as a late first-rounder, Clark, back in 2011. The Spanish star finally made his rookie debut in the NBA last season, and it was worth the wait.
It sure was, Kevin. I mean, once he started to get consistent PT, I mean, he was remarkable. Can run like the wind for a big guy, not that strong, but more aggressive than you'd think.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And back to Mirotic last season. Per 36 minutes, he averaged 18 points, 9 rebounds. He was also a tremendous foul shooter for a rookie big and made the all-rookie first team, was second in Rookie of the Year voting. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Green, he's checked in for Memphis. Chicago also making some changes. Portis, he's checked in for Gasol. Doug McDermott comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Brooks in for Rose. Here's Stevenson. He's got 9. Carter outside. Outside Randolph. Back to Carter. Just 5 on the clock. And he's good on the 3-ball. Carter's got 5 now.
And, you know, for Mirotic, his value extends to the defensive end as well. He did a surprisingly good job of racking up blocks and steals last season. You have to believe that if he improves his power and consistency, an all-star nod isn't so far off. You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
All right now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick. Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Brooks kicks to Mirotic. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. And the Bulls with another miss. The Grizzlies trail by 14. Stevenson outside. All sorts of time. Off the left rim and out.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Now McDermott taking a look at his stats. He's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Really left alone that time. 16 points for Jimmy Butler.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Outside, Green. Feeds it to Randolph. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. Chicago making a switch here. The Bulls leading by 17. Here is Brooks. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Outside Holiday. Here's McDermott. No good on that last second attempt there. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. It's the Bulls leading by 17. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. 17-point game. So for Chicago right now, Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Then there's Dunleavy. Then there's Derrick Rose. And it's Holiday in at the 2. And he gets it to go. Stevenson's gotten 5 of his 9 attempts to go. Rose dishes to Gibson. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Chicago.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but also they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Rose passes to Dunleavy. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 6th assist on the night. Farmar kicks to Allen. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Randolph with the ball. Gasol covering. Takes it from 10. Here's Green. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Left side Gasol. Back to Rose. And Holiday kicks to Gibson. Dishes it to Dunleavy. The pass to Holiday. No good with the triple. The Grizzlies trail by 18. Over in the corner, Allen. Stolen by Rose. Pass to Dunleavy. Stolen by Randolph. Farmar kicks to Randolph. It's Allen on the wing. Back to Randolph. That doesn't go either for Randolph. The Bulls leading by 18. Rose dishes to Gasol. Got a piece of it. Gibson passes to Gasol. In the corner, it's Dunleavy. Gasol, a screen on Allen. 4 on the shot clock. And Pau Gasol, the bucket on the assist by Rose. Rose has got his 7th assist in the game. For Memphis, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Pau Gasol was the number 3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a second-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
Anderson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Barnes comes in for Lance Stevenson. Allen kicks to Farmar. Over to the left wing. Now here's Barnes, defended by Dunleavy. Here's Randolph. The Grizzlies with another miss. Talking about Powell and Brother Mark, both of them were excellent last season. The difference is that Powell has always been considered a great prospect, so detractors are much harder on him when they see cracks, I think, Greg, in his game.
Yeah, you know, for Marc Gasol, it can only exceed expectations because they started out so low. I'd simply say that if I had to pick between one or the other for best career, I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer. And Allen with the block. Here's Farmar, defended by Gibson. Got that one up quick. 12 points for Zach Randolph.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Rose kicks to Gibson. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there. And, you know, guys, Taj Gibson now has 6 full seasons in the NBA, already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
The free throw is off from Gibson. Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21. Played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession where it hurts you to have a lot of experience coming out, you know, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't.
Here's Randolph, and he banks in the layup. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And it seems every season we see a player try and play through an injury. Sometimes it provides a boost with heroics, but it can lead to serious damage long term. It's a common practice we see, and some guys are pretty cavalier about it.
And the Bulls making a change here. Portis is checked in. Chicago leading by 20. Rose with the ball. Gasol a screen. Right side Rose. Outside Butler. From deep three-point range. And the rebound goes to Anderson. Anderson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Greg, a lot of NBA players do play through injury. Last year, for instance, LaMarcus Aldridge played most of the regular season with a thumb injury that required surgery. Mike Conley, Clark Kellogg, we saw in the postseason play with the mask with a facial fracture.
Yeah, and it's hard to make a blanket statement if it's good or bad for guys to do that. You just hope the player heeds the doctor's advice and doesn't do any further damage by playing injured.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set, ball handling, passing, and understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, guys, over that last break, I listened to Dave Yeager address his team. Offensively, he'd like to see them get the ball into the post as often as possible. That's where he thinks their biggest advantage lies. He also said something you don't hear too often from a coach. He told his guys they should have a shoot-first mindset instead of trying to be, quote, too cute with the ball. A few late-on-the-fly adjustments as the situation gets more desperate for them. It's going to be a tough hill to climb, guys.
Thanks, Doris. Getting back to Rose, it's his extraordinary handle that allows him to get anywhere on the floor. Such confidence in the way he dribbles and drives, whether it's getting up in a position to set up a teammate, taking himself. He's the one very best at controlling that ball.
It's a great point. I mean, guys like D. Rose, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Kyrie, they all have maximized that skill. I mean, the thing that separates him and puts him in that Russell Westbrook category is the pure physical strength. When healthy, he's able to play with. Well, Steve Kerr and Jason Kidd both coming with no coaching experience over the last few seasons and also having success. I don't know, guys. Maybe we should throw our hat in the ring, but pretty impressive stuff.
That's not for me to do. I've already determined I don't want to coach for a paycheck, even if it is a big one.
You know, you look at the coaching success for both Jason Kidd and Steve Kerr, both with long playing careers, championship experience on their resumes. Steve, in fact, Clark even had some time in the front office with Phoenix.
And don't forget about his broadcasting career either, Kevin. I mean, I think in both cases, though, you look at these two guys, they were able to come in and have immediate credibility with their teams and their playing experience, part of their preparation for being coaches.
Yeah, he cuts the deficit a little bit, but not as much as he could have. One miss can make a big difference.
Here's Carter, and it's Chicago with the rebound. Holiday's got his third rebound on the night. Portis, the pass to Holiday. Here's Portis, defended by Allen. Nice shot by Portis.
Just too dangerous of a shooter to leave alone from beyond the arc.
And for the Grizzlies, they're shooting reasonably well, 45%.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Bulls.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
A two-game season series, they win them both and complete the sweep.
And, Greg, that's a nice feeling to get the sweep. Even though it is a small number, still nice to get that sweep.
A good win, and a lot went into it, but I just like the showing for Rose. You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
Barnes, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Martin, the screen. Allen drives in. He kicks to Barnes. Fires for three. Rebound by the Bulls. Mirotic dishes to Brooks. Pass to Portis. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
Here's Allen. Tries to keep it alive. They grab their own miss and finished off by Martin.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, GA, he does not waste one of them.
And you know what? It's always going to be a powerhouse finish with him. We know that for sure.
Now here's Brooks. Mirotic, a screen on Allen.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their terms.
And, you know, that's not the way it usually works in the NBA. It's going to be a great win, and you know it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here for sure.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose.
The thing that has to jump out of you is all of those points in the paint. He found every gap in the defense that he could, and he never stopped attacking the basket. If the D was expecting him to just hang out on the perimeter, they were wrong.
We saw Rose explode tonight. His dual threat ability, being able to score or pass equally well, man, that puts him on another level.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.